I'm Joe Talentino with I Know Jax, the TV show where I tell you about cool local stuff, great local restaurants to eat at, local small businesses, local craft beer, upcoming events, and much more. Now, if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe to the Insider newsletter at iknowjax.com. I Know Jax, eat local, drink local, and be local. I love our food trucks. I'm a lucky guy because many times I get to be a judge at local food truck rallies, and that means I get to eat a lot of food, which I like to do. But really, being a judge is not always an easy task when the food is good, and you have to pace yourself and not eat everything on your plate, and to me, well, that's really hard, especially when the food is good. Last week I was at GastroFest and was a judge, and I had so much good food I really didn't need to eat the next day. Well, that's not exactly true because of course I did, but I probably didn't have to. Now, one of my favorite food trucks is very popular, and when you see them out and about, they always have a line. And once you have their food, you'll know why. So you're making drunken noodles?
Yeah, this is drunken noodles. Got some garlic going in right now.
And being Italian, I like the garlic. And I love the fire.
Watch that.
Baby.
We got some tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, little fresh Thai basil going in. We're going to saute that a couple of minutes.
And you say this is a traditional dish?
Yes, and it's our most popular dish.
Well, it says it has drunken in the name.
Right.
Of course it's going to be popular.
Yeah, no alcohol.
No,
no
I don't know. We won't count that against you right now.
No. But yeah, it's our most popular dish. It's the first dish that's going to sell out.
Not the banana curry? Because I know that's your...
That's our award-winning dish,
right?
Yep. It's always in our sauce. We had a little bit of the turmeric right here. We got garam masala, which I grind every week.
What is that exactly?
It's got 30 different spices in it.
Oh my goodness. So you're like a mad scientist putting all that...
Right. Hey, you know what? My mom taught me.
Or a drug dealer. I'm not really sure which.
No. I don't have it.
No, it's behind you.
Okay. I got it in right now. See, my husband giving me orders. Like, what?
I never dare do that to my wife. That's how he got that finger injury, right?
Yeah. I tell him. That's it. I had a restaurant with my brother for like 22 years back in San Diego.
22 years, just a little,
yes,
starter business to get you going.
We had 5 restaurants back then. I was going crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
No life at that point.
No life, right. 16 hours a day.
Right.
And then I got married to my hubby D.
Hey, D, are you number one?
I am today.
So I worked at a couple of corporate places.
Totally
hated it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this is not my forte. Like, I'm on the phone for 8 hours. I text. I'm not on a phone.
Were you in one of those little gopher warren things where you the little cubicles?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then he came home one day. He's like, look what I got for you.
And there was
me on Craigslist a food truck.
Okay.
I'm like,
so it wasn't like a big food truck with a giant bow on it in the driveway.
No. This was on Craigslist.
We're not making a commercial. And you guys been doing this truck for how long?
It's gonna be 2 years next week.
2 years next week. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
What's the most you've done in a food truck?
In a food truck, I would say 300.
Wow.
Yeah,
for a restaurant, that would be a big. That's a big night for a
we got 300 in a restaurant, but you got an army.
Right.
Here, it's just 3 of us.
This is an army. It's just an army of 3.
3, right? So
sort of like when we do the show, we have an army. Right? It's an army of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So when you're not cooking on the truck, what do you like to cook at home?
At home, I like to cook.
Like, what's your favorite weird dish to cook?
Weird dish?
Well, for you, weird. I mean, all this is weird to me.
Right. I like shepherd's pie.
Okay.
Shepherd's pie. Chicken pot pie.
That's the imperial British part coming out, I think.
Well, yeah. We grew up in England, so every now and then we'll make some.
You got rid of the
stuff.
accent really well.
No, I still got it. I just
Yeah,
don't
you
use
just
it.
you just hide it well.
I just use it when I want to impress the guys.
Yeah.
Friday! Yay!
There are so many places you can find food trucks around Jacksonville. Just check out your social media and you can always find out where your favorite local truck is today. Next, we're going to take a look at my top 5 events. I just wanted to let you know that I'm now sending out the Insider every Tuesday. You'll get tips and ideas for cool things to do, plus you'll find out what I'm up to and where we're filming next, that kind of stuff. You can subscribe to the Insider on my website at iknowjax.com. I've put together a list of my top 5 events. Let's see if you agree with me. And this time I have a bunch of fun ideas for you. Check it out. Number 5 is opening day with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. It's opening day for the shrimp, and that means that spring is here and baseball season is in full swing. There will be fireworks, giveaways, and lots of fun. Now, during the opening homestand of the year, the Jumbo Shrimp will be conducting an online auction of the game used road grade jerseys. That's on April 4th at the baseball grounds. Number 4 is First Wednesday Art Walk. Another springtime favorite for me is the Art Walk. You see, I love coming down to Hemming Park and browsing handmade items. The theme for April is Speak from the Heart, like H-E art, get it? But it's also kickoff for the Jax Poetry Fest in Hemming Park, and there will be an open mic poetry session on the main stage starting at 6:15. The First Wednesday Art Walk takes place Wednesday, April 3rd, 5 to 9, rain or shine. Number 3 is Berry Good Farms Weekend Festival. Now, Berry Good Farms provides job training and paid employment for young adults with intellectual and developmental differences. The 3-day festival is a fundraiser for the school celebrating the spirit of community with the power of food. They'll have dinners and other events during the weekend. Check their website for the complete schedule and to get tickets. The Berry Good Farms Weekend Festival takes place April 5th through 7th. Number 2 is the Turkish Food Fest. Now, I went to this event last year and I enjoyed it a lot. It's a really popular event, so the lines are long, but it's really, really worth it. I got to taste a lot of, well, to me, new food. I had something called gözleme, which was a kind of stuffed bread that was made right in front of me by some very hardworking women, and it was delicious. Number 1 is Springing the Blues. This is a free festival featuring 23 of the hottest contemporary blues artists on 2 stages. There's also food, an arts marketplace, kids activities area, and much more. This is one of my favorite music festivals all year long. Springing the Blues takes place at the Seawalk Pavilion in Jax Beach, April 5th through 7th. Those are the events on my top list for this time. For more ideas about fun things to do in April, check out my post, Fun Things to Do in April, on my website at iknowjax.com. I'd say that April Fool's is one of my least favorite holidays, if it even deserves to be called that. Now, my Facebook feed is going to be littered with stupid jokes all day, I know it. On the other hand, April Fool's is a sure sign that spring has sprung, so let's focus on that. Next, we're going to talk about bees. Here at I Know Jax, we do our best to support local businesses in the community. Visit our website to find out how we can help promote your business on iknowjax.com.
Call Joe directly at 904-345-0755 or visit iknowjax.com/advertising.
I went to visit Bee Friends Farm to find out how they make honey, and here's that story.
Typically, we do place bees out in the open rural areas where they're away from people. There are good varietal honeys out there, but the demand is the local wildflower, and we find industrial spaces like the one we're in today. This is in the heart of Springfield, but in the industrial area, and we're behind a warehouse right now. The bees go out and forage from 20 to 30 different plants, and then they bring that nectar back with them, and inadvertently they mix those plant pollens into that nectar while they're storing it in the comb. The thought is that it helps alleviate allergies or build up immunities to those allergies they might have. Things have changed in 30 years. 30 years ago, we could put bees in the backyard and they would just be fine for year after year. But today, we're only getting anywhere from as little as 6 months to 18 months out of a healthy hive before we have to take intervention to reestablish it.
What are the things that would affect the health of a hive?
So as the bees are going through the year, the varroa mites will transmit the viruses into the bees. The bees' immunity is weakened, their lifespan is shortened significantly. What compounds the problem is the bees that are foraging in any environment, whether it's urban or agricultural, they'll be exposed to those toxins in those environments. And they will haul those toxins back into the hive where it's absorbed into the wax. And over a short period of time, that becomes systemic to the bees and they just perish.
What can we as consumers do to help you beekeepers?
So,
besides buy your product.
yeah, besides that, it's just follow the instructions on any kind of insecticides or pesticides you might be using. Apply them correctly. Best if they're applied at night after the sun is setting, because the bees are home for the night and they're not going to be out foraging. And those toxins have time to dry through the night so they're not as active, or less likely the bees will accumulate them by morning. Don't ever spray blooming plants. Your bees travel quite a bit. Talk to me a little bit about that. Okay, so they do. They mostly are staged here in Jacksonville through the winter months. As we start to get into the spring months, we start to spread them out. And they'll start off in South Florida in the orange groves. We'll produce orange blossom honey through the month of March. Bring them back up to Jacksonville and stage them for the local wildflowers. The gallberries and the saw palmettos fall in that order. And then we move them again back to central coastal Florida for the black mangrove along their coastal waterway, which is the only saltwater plant. And then we'll be back in Jacksonville in the fall. Cool. So when you guys say your honey is local, you mean it, right? I mean it, yeah. The wildflower is right here in the urban part of the core, within the 295 Beltway. Right. The gallberry is just outside the Beltway, typically north and west of town, the airport, and west side of town. It's the gallberry, and saw palmetto is pretty much native to Florida. Cool. And you just find good pockets of that. Here at I Know Jax, I support small local businesses, local entrepreneurs, and business owners who don't have huge marketing budgets. They have to rely on word of mouth. It's important that we support our local businesses, and when you can, buy local. That way, more of the money stays in our community, and that benefits all of us. Next, we're going to talk about something else that's very important to me, craft beer. I wonder what I'm going to drink today. I just wanted to let you know that I'm now sending out the Insider every Tuesday. You'll get tips and ideas for cool things to do, plus you'll find out what I'm up to and where we're filming next, that kind of stuff. You can subscribe to the Insider on my website at iknowjax.com. Every week I take a look at what's going on when it comes to the craft beer events. I know you're anxiously waiting for me to tell you what beer I'm drinking today, so I will. I'm having a Buzzin' Bee from our local Veterans United Brewery, and it's tasty. It's spring and an action-packed week, so spring is the time to go outdoors. And here's an event for those of you who love the outdoors. It's called the Buck Wild Tour, an evening of stories and insight into wildlife in Alaska with Buck Wild. Now, Buck has many years documenting wolf and grizzly bear encounters filmed for BBC and the Discovery Channel. And Buck tells stories of living in Alaska wilderness, documenting the pack's wild behavior. And he'll show you short film outtakes and amazing nature photos. This event is sponsored by Black Creek Outfitters and Cool and takes place at 3 different breweries around town. Wicked Barley on April 2nd, Atlantic Beach Brewing Company on April 3rd, and Aardwolf on April 4th. Next, we're going to go wild over a bake-off. But this is not just any old bake-off. It's a brownie bake-off at Intuition. Hold your horses. Let me be very clear. I'm talking about your normal baked goods here. Got it? Let's move on. I have a lot of ground to cover. Tickets for adults are $10, and for that you get 13 mini brownies, a scoring sheet, and $1 off craft beer. There's even a raffle, so get ready to munch away at the Brownie Bake-Off at Intuition Ale Works Wednesday, April 3rd. In St. Augustine, you can party and run like it's 1985.
You can get your workout on, but you need to dress up in your best 80s garb for the awesome Ancient City 5K. Actually, they also have a 2.5K and a fun walk, and I believe that many of you like to run, right? I don't understand why, but that's okay because I don't understand the whole dress up thing either. But for those of you who like that sort of thing, by all means, go forth and dress up as your favorite 80s celebrity like Madonna, Hulk Hogan, Flock of Seagulls. They'll also have 80s music and a Rubik's Cube contest. That event is at Ancient City Brewing Company on April 6th. There's a different type of event at Veterans United. Come out and meet Carl Finney, who has an impressive 31 years of special operations experience with SOF and SEAL teams. He will cover life post-high school, training, early years in the SEAL teams, fighting in combat, sea stories, and even answers questions while you get to kick back and sip some delicious beer. The Living History event with Carl Finney is at Veterans United on Saturday, April 6th, starting at 2 p.m. Now, I really wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't point out that we have a big day on Sunday as well. It's a reason to celebrate because on April 7th, sales of beer became legal again. National Beer Day celebrates the Cullen-Harrison Act. The law went into effect on April 7th, 1933, and it allowed people to buy, sell, and drink beer again after 13 years. When FDR signed the law, he said, "I think it's a good time for a beer," and I agree. So how are you going to celebrate National Beer Day? Which craft beer will you be drinking? And please let me know which craft beer you think I should be drinking next week in the comments below. Cheers! That's it for this time. Thank you for watching. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode, but before then, I'll see you on the internet.